as the world keeps spinning round. You hold me right here, right now. Give me love, my best friend. It's so happy when I have you. Love you to become
G'day guys, my name's Dave Tran and welcome to another Throwback Thursday edition of a Guitar Zero to Hero song tutorial. And by request, today I'll be teaching you how to play Lucky by Jason Mraz and Colbie Caillat. So for the basics, you'll need your guitar in standard tuning and you won't need a capo. Now if you want to master your chords back to front, then be sure to head over to guitarzerotohero.com to pick up my free guitar ebook. Let's start with the intro of the song, and it's just a C chord. Very nice and easy. Now our strumming pattern is going to be 4 down strums, but it's important for this intro and this verse that your down strums are also palm muted. So to palm mute, you just take the fleshy bit of your palm and you rest it very lightly on the edge of your bridge. Too far in and nothing will ring out, but right on the edge of the bridge and you get that nice palm muted sound. So when you're down strumming, you want to be focusing on the bass notes of this chord. You don't need to strum all the strings. You can just focus on these first 2 bass notes when you're doing the down strums. For this intro, you're going to be hitting that C for 2 strumming patterns. So 8 down strums in total, which will just sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we get into the verse. So part 1 of the verse has 2 lines of chords. Our first line of chords will be C, then we have A minor, then we have a D minor 7. To play a D minor 7, you'll need to bar the first fret of the second and first strings with your index finger, and your middle finger will just play the second fret of the third string, and you're strumming from the 4th string onwards. It's D minor 7, and then we have G. Then for our second line of chords, we have E7. It's the same as an E chord, except you're lifting your ring finger. So it's E7. Then we have A minor, D minor 7, and then back to G. Now you're going to be playing each one of these chords for one palm muted strumming pattern, which is again just 4 down strums but palm muted. So altogether, part 1 of this verse will sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now remember, you don't need to be strumming all the strings when you're doing that palm muted strum. You just want to stick to the bass notes of whatever chord you're playing. Now we get to part 2 of this verse, and we have 2 lines of chords here, and they're almost identical to part 1. The only difference here is that when we get to our D minor 7 in this second line of chords, we're just going to strum that without palm muting. Then we're going to go to a G chord, and then a G sharp diminished chord. Now this chord might be a bit of a stretch for the beginners out there, so if you can't play this, you can just hold on to that first G chord if you want, but this sounds a lot more correct. To play the G sharp diminished, you'll take your pinky finger, that will go on the 4th fret of the 6th string, your middle finger will go on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, and your index finger will go on the 1st fret of the 3rd string. You'll leave the 4th string open. You'll just be hitting those 4 strings, and that's G sharp diminished. So altogether, part 2 of the verse should sound like this. So that G and that G sharp diminished are just strummed ones as well and not palm muted. Now we get into chorus 1, and there's just 2 lines of chords here. For our first line of chords, we have A minor, then a D minor 7, and then a G, and then we go to C, and then G slash B. Now G slash B is the same as a G, except your bass note is the 5th string. You don't hit the 6th string. That is just muted. Now for the strumming pattern in this chorus, we're going to have something that sounds like this. Down, down, up, up, and in succession. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Now the only exception to this strumming pattern is for the C to the G/B in this first line. And both those chords will have a shortened strumming pattern that will just go down, down, up. And that's it. So down, down, up for the C and the G/B, once each. Altogether, the first line should sound like this. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. Then for our second line of chords, we have A minor, D minus 7, and then we have G and G again. So G is played for two strumming patterns effectively. And altogether, chorus 1 will sound like this. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down. Then we get to post-chorus 1, and it's just a 4-chord chord progression, and we're continuing on with the same strumming pattern that's in the chorus. So the 4 chords are C, A minor, E minor, and then G. So that will just sound like this. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down. Now we get to our bridge section, and there's just 2 lines of chords here. Our first line of chords goes D minor 7, A minor, G, and then back to a D minor 7. You're going to repeat this first line twice. Now strumming pattern wise, we're going to go back to a palm muted strumming pattern that goes 4 down strums followed by an up strum. So it's a little bit different to the verse. And you're going to play that once for each chord. So for this verse line, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. So again, that strumming pattern is 4 down strums followed by an up strum, and it's all palm muted as well. For our second line of chords, we have D minor 7, A minor. Then our next 3 chords are strummed once, and they're not played for a strumming pattern. And these 3 chords are G, A minor, and then G/B. So in total, the full bridge should sound like this. Down, 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 down. Now we get to our second chorus, which is exactly the same as chorus 1 with the exception of 1 chord, which is the last chord. Instead of a G chord, we're now going to be playing a G sharp diminished chord. So the second chorus should sound like this. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down. Then we get into another verse, which is exactly the same as the first verse. And we have a final chorus, which is the same as the first chorus. And then we have an outro section, which is just the same as the break. So we have C, A minor, E minor, and G. And you just keep repeating that to the end of the song and end the song on a C chord. So now I'm going to play through the whole song in its entirety, and I'm going to have a vocal track on top for some context. So feel free to play this back as many times as you'd like to practice play along to and see how you go.
Do you hear me? I'm talking to you. Across the water, across the deep blue ocean, under the open sky. Oh my, baby, I'm trying.
Boy, I hear you in my dreams. I feel you whisper across the sea. Keep you with me in my heart. You make it easier when life gets hard.
the sea, to an island where we'll meet. You hear the music, feel the air. I'll put a flower in your hair.
For the breezes through the trees, move so pretty, you're all I see. As the world keeps spinning round,
Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Be sure to head over to guitarzerotohero.com to pick up my free guitar ebook. It'd mean the world if you could smash that like button, hit subscribe, and click the little notification bell so that you don't miss out on the updates. Please leave your thoughts, comments, questions, and requests for Throwback Thursday below, and I'll see you guys next time on Guitar Zero to Hero. Cheers.